Well, this is gonna be interesting.
Express in Pasadena touted as world's first fully autonomous AI-powered restaurant, and the thumbnail is a tip screen. Welcome to America.
Well, of course it's the tip screen. You gotta nickel and dime the poor people in America somehow.
New at 5, the world's first full...
Also, if you press no tip, which is not an option, by the way, probably, you would be berated for mistreating the AI employees, most likely.
Autonomous restaurant will soon be opening in Pasadena.
The new burger joint, Cali Express, is anything but utilizing the world's first AI-powered robotic fry station and grill.
Yeah.
Eyewitness News reporter Rob Hayes brings us a...
You know what's my favorite part of America, honestly? Every time something happens in America, it's the world first! That's right. World first movie, female action movie star. Yeah, America has at least 50 of them at this point. The world first AI. Yeah, everything is a world first in America. You woke up, congratulations. Call that Guinness World Book of Records, because world first waking up, boys. It is what it is.
First look.
When you think of fine food and dream dinners, spread it on the plate.
Oh yeah, just what I like. Eating fucking metal and paint. Wow. That's my idea of a good time.
On the plate. It's
I believe that, but okay.
usually the
I remember I saw that I saw this clip on Nickelodeon back in the 90s.
plate. It's usually the human touch that pushes it into the realm of greatness.
Oh,
but
beautiful.
This Pasadena restaurant is taking a different approach.
We are at Cali Express,
which is a restaurant in the Cali Express lane to the future, relying heavily on
By Flippy.
artificial intelligence and these guys.
Okay.
There we go, boys. Bro, he don't even know what a union is.
I mean, he probably will at some point because it's going to be illegal to program him without it.
Bots.
it's not a Terminator, it's not Transformers, it's a very
Yet.
friendly, helpful robot.
Yeah, it
quite a
sure
few of
is.
them here. A big one that makes the hamburgers, another one.
I think this is such a great thing, man. Like, it really, this is such a great thing. Like,
This is stupid, by the way. I'm just going to point that out. Okay, you see? So, this is probably some kind of barcode that he's supposed to read or whatever, right? I don't know why they're different, but they are different for some reason. No idea what's the point of that, but, you know, when you make fries, the oil splatters. Probably, I'm assuming. So, what happens when the oil splatters by the thing that he's picking up and he can't pick it up any longer? It's gonna be like the first world automated hot dog machine, which is also coincidentally American and wasn't the first automated hot dog machine, by the way, even. But, again, world first. It's an American thing, I guess. And, you know what? When something goes wrong, everything just breaks down.
I have been like, nobody wants to work at a fucking fast food restaurant, right? It's like, and I'm sure there's some people that like it. In each Taco Bell, there's probably one person that likes their job and 10 people that hate it.
This is called the manager because he's the only one who's not an idiot.
This is such a good thing.
Makes the fries.
Yeah.
A couple of other robots, they set the holiday
Oh,
mood.
bro, that's so good. I love this.
Love
Wow. It's the future, guys. Can you believe it? Isn't that cute?
Mood. Now, keeping them chugging along is
Yeah.
AI. Even
You know when I think the world is gonna end? It's gonna actually end when this becomes mass-produced, a thing that happens to all the places in a mass scale. And you know why? Because people need to be busy. I think The Expanse, for example, is a great thing. In the Expanse series, in the Expanse novels, there's no point in people working. But most people are desperate to get a job because it's just boring. Okay, it's just boring. You need your time being spent by something, and work is honestly a great thing that spends your time. It gives you purpose. It gives you meaning. All the people who are working in fast food are gonna probably want to work at fast food 2 years after they get fired because their life's literally gonna have no meaning after it. So yeah. It's gonna be fun when that happens.
letting you pay with your
Pay
face.
with your face. Oh, they do that. Yeah, they do that at the fucking airport.
So it scans your face?
Yeah.
You're going to tip the robots, huh?
Oh yeah, no tip.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's gonna berate you when you say no tip.
Even this guy called him out. Oh my fucking god. Wait a second.
What?
So you have to pay, you have a tip, and on top of the tip, they also show you an ad? Oh wait, no, never mind. I thought,
Yeah,
no,
it's
this
not
isn't
an
an ad.
ad.
This is just a store.
I don't know if I'm gonna tip this now.
Sounds pretty cool, right? But keep in mind, Hollywood doesn't see a very bright.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Really, guys? Really? We have to fucking show a clip of the Terminator? Oh my god.
Well, yeah, obviously. It's called dramatic effect.
God.
future for AI.
Shall we play AI?
Oh my, I watched
The answer to
this.
that
I remember
question
watching
should have
that.
been no. But the folks here at Cali Express see AI not only as a tasteful dining option, but an economical one as well.
They don't call in sick. They don't get drunk the night before work and come.
That's right.
They don't accidentally pass out on the fryer. True.
That's right. We're gonna listen to it again.
Economical one as well.
They don't call in sick.
True.
They don't get drunk the night before work and come in with a hangover.
True.
They're a little bit more reliable.
I mean, that's until dude, they're not economically more viable, okay? Someone's just gonna do the American thing and go bust them up because why not? Because, you know, what are you gonna do? Go to jail for busting up some rich dude's property? Not in America. Not in America, you won't. You know, and if you do, Kamala Harris is probably gonna take you by the hand and escort you out of the jail cell herself. It's beautiful. Again, this is not an economically viable option currently. And also, just watch this place be open for a year and see how many problems there are. I can guarantee you, at the start they said that this is fully automated, or they used the specific word that implies that literally no humans are here, which is a lie, by the way.
And affordable.
Yeah, I bet they
wouldn't
are.
say how much the hamburger robot costs, but Flippy, the fry chef over here, costs about $4,000. Compare that to a human who California says will earn $20 an hour.
Fuck that.
Yeah, that's not probably happening.
You pay some fucking high school burnout $20 an hour to flip a fucking hamburger? He does it wrong? Bro, we getting them robots. We out.
Starting
Yep.
next year.
It's quite a
And
bit
keep in
cheaper
mind that the price of this is gonna go down every year. Like the price
The
of
robot?
maintaining and running this shit's gonna go down. Like this is not like it's not the lowest it's gonna be.
Probably not true.
funding a few full-time staff.
Yeah.
Their savings, they say, also allowing them to use some really fancy meat in their burgers.
Wagyu? No.
But don't worry, there will still be people working at Cali Express,
Oh, no.
adding that human touch.
There's still humans who will pack the food. Somebody to assemble, package them, and actually
You just look at her and you know she's actually incapable of doing the job properly. It's great.
be the friendly face to the customer.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. It's gonna take a while for it to be completely automated.
It's not gonna work. It's never gonna work. Because the reality is, the people who are working at fast food are asmongold viewers, and you don't want these people with free time. You do not want these people bored. You do not want to let these people go out on the streets, you know? That's not good for society. This is going to create
Cali
so much
Express are hoping
problems.
those customers, once they get a taste of their burgers,
That is a good
Well,
burger.
to get that green
will say
shit out of it.
yes.
I'll be back.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown.
go, Mark.
Get more great ABC7 content by clicking the subscribe button for our YouTube
Wow.
channel. And download the ABC7 Los Angeles streaming app on Fire TV,
Streaming app?
Android
The
TV,
fuck is Fire
Apple
TV?
and
No
Roku
idea.
to watch on your TV.
This
Fire
is strange.
TV. Well, look at this.
We'll have
Like,
to-
I mean, like this is just incredible, man. This is the future. I'm excited,
Yeah, no, this is gonna suck.
man. And like, how many of you guys are gonna tip whenever you go to a restaurant where it's done by robots? Yeah, who
Everyone
wants to tip for
probably.
that? Yeah, for sure, guys. Yeah, definitely. Never again? Oh, absolutely.
No tip means that, you know, you have to wait 2 minutes extra for your food. It is what it is.
Absolutely every time? Well, yeah, I mean, you don't want to be impolite, right? You don't want to hurt his feelings, do you? Jeez, that'd be horrible. So,
why are they, by the way? Yeah, you know what's kind of questionable about these robots? You know what makes me always think that these robots are gonna fail? It's the fact that they don't even have special robot equipment, you know? They're using baskets and, you know, things like this to pick up stuff. It's a robot. Why give it human hands? Well, it's not technically a human hand, but you get the point. Like, it makes no sense, right?
so yeah, I guess this is gonna be the future. Holy fuck. I'm so glad this is the case. I'm actually so glad this is happening. Yeah, they'll include it in the price. Don't worry. That's fine.
You know what's gonna happen? Now... oh, man. Now there's not gonna be anyone to stop the Wendy brawls. Now there's not gonna be anyone to stop the McDonald's scuffle. Now there's not gonna be anyone to stop the KFC uprising. Dude, people are just gonna go in, not even order their food, and use it like what fast food in America was intended to be. You know, a gladiator arena. And there's not gonna be anyone to stop them. They're gonna have to buy special robots that stop fights in fast food restaurants. Someone's gonna have to make robots like that. It's gonna be great.
Fine, as long as the price is on the menu, then that's totally okay with me. Japan has some fully automated food making vending machines, I think. It's definitely possible in the future without humans. Yeah, I think it will be.
Vending machines are slightly different, but okay.
Does this mean that, what do you call it? We'll have cheaper fast food again since no minimum wage workers? Obviously not. I think that it will.
If the minimum wage is going up and if people's ability to buy things goes up, why wouldn't you increase the price of things that people buy since they can pay now more?
Would probably mean that realistically fast food prices will, they're probably not going to drive the prices down, but they probably will make it to where they won't go up any farther than they are now as quickly, because they
can you I mean, I would have to try really hard to say a sentence that means less than what he just said. That's crazy.
You're not going to scale with other types of like economic concerns. Like that's a best case.
Dude, asmongold fans, please go ahead, explain to me what he just said. Explain. He said nothing. He absolutely just said none of these words mean anything. Please explain to me what he said.
Scenario. Surely, yeah. So basically, like, they're not going to scale as fast as maybe, like, sit-down restaurants. The price growth will be lower. Yes, exactly.
Why? Why?
That's what I would say would be the best-case scenario. You're living a fantasy? Well, no, I don't think I am, because they're competing against other companies that are, like, sit-down restaurants, and...
yeah, the same way the medical industry is competing against, you know, one another. And the price of insulin goes up and up and up. And they go in tangent up and up and up. All at the same time. Exactly the same day, by the way. Oh, and your internet service providers. Oh, yeah. They also can. They're also competing by putting the prices higher all at the same time. Hey, man, it's a steep competition. What can I say?
I feel like it's very common sentiment now that why would you go to fast food whenever sit-down restaurants are relatively the same price? So I think that by not having to raise costs because of inflation and cost of living adjustments and minimum wage,
I don't know if that's true in America. It's honestly no, it's true. Fast food is becoming more in line with actual restaurants. True. Well, it's actually not. It's actually really not. What's the average price of you know, semi-decent, semi-not poor restaurant nowadays? I think it's like $30 per person minimum, you know, if you want just, you know, basic food. And it's, you know, it's like 1/3 of that in fast food. The reason he's saying that is because fast food is no longer inexpensive. When America started off, fast food was cheap. It was actually cheap. But fast food restaurant prices in America have gone up in a tremendous speed. It is outpacing, you know, restaurants at a default, but restaurants are still more expensive. There is no way they aren't. I'm not American, but again, I'm willing to put my life on the line in saying they aren't.
I think that they can create a competitive advantage versus these restaurants that I think that they're losing a lot of market share to now. And also because people order
random, unsubstantiated, stupid
food as well. Ordering food from a sit-down restaurant versus ordering food from a fast food place is effectively the same thing whenever it arrives at your house, right? So because of that, also, I think that they have to, have another way of competing in the market. So that's the reason why I think that. It's not just like some random, like, bullshit that
I don't know, honestly, what he means by sit-down restaurant, because a real restaurant does not have the opportunity to deliver to your house. No real restaurant does it. I mean, being the most generous that I can be against asmongold here is to say that when he says sit-down restaurant, he means something that is relatively small and not really a restaurant. You know, it's like those small chains that have delivery services. You know, they have bulk delivery and whatever types of deliveries, right? Those aren't actually sit-down restaurants. Being the most generous, that's what I think that's what I will say he means with sit-down restaurants. Those aren't actual sit-down restaurants. They're fast food restaurants. Still. Not even restaurants, they're just fast food. But they're not as popular, because people see them in two different ways. People see fast food as in McDonald's, KFC, all of that jazz, and then there's fast food that's a smaller thing. You know, he would probably call Five Burgers like a sit-down restaurant, most likely, but it's not, obviously.
I invented. Those are the two main reasons I would think that to be the case. But yeah, I mean, I think this is great. Fast food work is fucking terrible. I worked in a kitchen for about 1 week. And
Seems
I
about
worked
right.
for maybe 4 or 5 hours. And I would have rather work for 12 hours a day at the IRS processing tax forms than work 3 hours in a kitchen.
Well, yeah, working in a kitchen is physical labor, and a walking skeleton can't really do that properly. He was probably exhausted just standing up. True.
It was fucking horrible. I hated this. It was the worst experience of my life. I remember the first day.
By the way, okay, so here's a distinguishment. A lot of people are saying, doing hard work is blah 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 hard. You know, physical labor is intensive. Okay, let me tell you something. Physical labor is not intensive at all. Okay, I worked. My literally first job was working in a warehouse for car parts. Okay, not a lot of things in that warehouse are not heavy. 8 hours a day. And I worked there. Admittedly, it's a way easier job than, I'm not going to say road construction because you Americans are stupid. And as far as I'm concerned now, road construction is literal slavery for some reason in America, from all the comments they got about it. But you want to know an actually physically intensive job? Working in a frozen warehouse. Now that's actually physically intensive, okay? Everything else is pretty easy compared to that. But, well, working in a warehouse where lifting, I don't know any car part names in English, it is what it is. But if you know car parts, you know that, again, a lot of them are pretty heavy. And I had to lift them. And you know what? After 8 hours, I was pretty tired. I go home. 1 hour, you feel perfect. Okay? And working there was absolutely nothing. As, in other jobs that I, went up the ladder, and I started actually using my brain. Working 8 hours a day constantly and using your brain with a 10-minute smoke break every 1 hour for 8 hours, bruh. it completely burns you out if it's actually intense. If you're not doing some kind of menial stamping job or inputting something in a database, if you actually have to think for 8 hours straight with your head, it is so much more hard than actually just lifting heavy stuff. I mean, if you're literally Chicken Man right here, then yeah, I guess lifting heavy stuff is kind of complicated. Well, not. Standing on your feet is probably a challenge, you know. But if you're not made out of sticks, then well, working with your mind constantly, and I don't mean putting in something in a database, but you're actually actively trying to solve problems and thinking. That is way more burnout, more complicated than just working without thinking at all in a warehouse, just putting things in boxes and whatnot. It is uncomparable. Physical labor is uncomparably less demanding than actually using your brain. There, I said it. There you go. I said it, okay? And again, car parts. Well, what's it called again? Location. I forget the English name of it. Warehouse. There you go. Again, physically intensive. Really physically intensive. But again, not even close to anything where you actually need to actively think for solutions and, you know, do stuff like that. It's uncompatible. Like, get a life. The reason people are saying that physical work is the most demanding is because they have never actually had to work with their brains. They never actually had a job that demanded that you think of solutions and problems and solve them and, you know, contemplate issues. It is absolutely not equal. Thinking with your mind is 10 times harder than just lifting stuff with your arms. And that, okay? When I grew up at the age of pretty much 8, I already had to, you know, I had to do a lot of physical labor because my dad used me as free physical labor for doing things around the house and things like that. I was using a shovel at 8 and 10, you know, better than some people who work construction at 30. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I know what physical labor is, and it's not even close. It's not even close. That's your lesson for today, okay? It is what it is. Anyway, this was Quizzer Citizen. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.